Hello, Flloyd Kennedy here from Being in Voice. I thought I'd share a couple of poems with you today, well, why not? The first one is called Anatomy of Despair, and it kind of runs into the second one. You'll see what I mean when I get there. Anatomy of Despair. This time there will be no, reprieve. She was about to say relent, but knew it was wrong. By a fluke, the appropriate term surfaced in the nick of time. Somewhere in the charnel house that is her brain, a kindly, soulless neuron sifts through the detritus to retrieve the lost word. But this is digression. There is no reprieve. No stepping back from the need to take up the knife, dissect the corpse, begin the process of here we go again. She knows what it is, just can't name it. That thing that happens when the death has no known cause. In this cold, hopeless case, it is hope itself that has died. And the tag on the toe of the corpse reads despair. But what is the name of this morbid process so desperate to enact itself? The cutting open of the corpse for the purpose of revealing its gory innards, twisting and curling, slackly inert, offering no insights, merely dry analysis. Forensics? Something to do with forensics. There is no point in persisting in this tedious insistence on finding the right word. The effort of senselessly seeking without finding exemplifies the very state of despair. Always it comes back to despair. Even though the death of hope would seem to confirm there is no point any longer in looking. And yet, for as long as she keeps looking, hope cannot be quite dead, so despair cannot be the lifeless remains of what was once an animated hope after all. Despair must be hope that is very, very unwell. She who despairs is obviously still looking, thus despair, anatomized, reveals itself as hope in disguise. A masked intruder who claims to be the devil incarnate and turns out to be a court jester jangling the alarm, speaking truth to power.
"You are in despair," sneers the jester. "You think you've lost all hope? Then why are you still here? How are you coming up with these clever clog analogies if you have given up hope?"
She turns to face the jester, sees herself in the mirror, recognizes herself even though the image is reversed, because she has only ever seen herself reflected in silvered glass or others' eyes. A backwards look at particles of light deflected nanoseconds into the past. She cannot know for sure how she appears in the world, because just as she has now learnt that despair is really hope in reversal rather than its corpse, who and what she is in the world is always a shifting, time-consumed reflection of what she feels like on the inside. There is no way out of this conundrum. Autopsy! It's called an autopsy. Might as well laugh at herself as cry. They do use the same muscles after all. Let us hope for better days. But in the meantime, let me count the ways we depend upon to keep despair at bay. 1. We dance. Our bodies move in time, rhythmically, arrhythmically, refusing to accept declining possibilities, whatever the degree of our abilities. We stumble and we fall with clumsiness and grace, and we face the music artfully, and then we dance some more. 2. We sing. Our voices ring in the darkness, and the sound may be sweet or deep or shrill, sharing deep and silly dreams, drowning out the chilly clamour of oppression, depression. Music is our weapon. 3. We play. We wonder and we ponder and we share our wanderings with creativity, with generosity, with sympathy and empathy. We challenge our communities to wonder and to question, and we dare to do it with impunity. 4. We share. We come together however we can, standing up and standing out, hope in our hearts, strength in our numbers, singers, dancers, musicians, and actors, claiming the right to be seen, to be listened to. Let us hope for better days, but in the meantime, 5. And as a last resort, and only always ever as a last resort, we fight. We fight for the right to continue to dance, sing, play, and share. Thank you.